Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague, with like always is Noah Bailey. So today we're doing something that I hope is going to be pretty fun and entertaining and interesting. So today we're going to be playing a little game. I'm going to have Noah try to guess the top 25 media franchises. So there is a just page on Wikipedia that breaks down every single media franchise that exists from one to like the page scrolled basically forever. Literally every single media franchise. A media franchise includes books, movies, shows, that games, that type of thing. Not individual companies or brands necessarily, but like individual IP like that. But I just took the top 25. And yeah, we're just going to kind of go from there. And like I said, hopefully this will be interesting.
Okay.
So, Noah, what do you believe to be the number 25 highest gross? And these numbers are based on highest grossing. So like,
okay,
what media franchise do you think has made the 25th most amount of money over its lifetime?
oh man. Okay, see, this is hard because like you can't think about just movies because there's also, yeah, like you said, books. There could be like other merchandise
Mm-hmm.
because something like Star Wars is probably like one of the top ones, so it's probably not 25. But at the same time, okay, so what's super popular, been around for a long time, because that's gonna matter, because the longer it's been around, the more money it's gonna make.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard. I'm trying to think of something that has books, something that has like books with movies, probably toys. It's probably not 25 though. It's probably higher than that. What about? I feel like once I start, I'm gonna go about. Okay, let's start with something that is famous, like pretty famous, but not super. Like I don't know, because I don't want to just do what. Okay, so I just said Jurassic Park earlier. Is that on there? Is that in the top 25?
Jurassic Park. Hang on. I'm pretty sure. Jurassic Park is not on here.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I was thinking too. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that are like.
But that does make sense because like the most recent Jurassic World movies have made over $1 billion easily at the box office.
Right.
It's
like,
at least not in the 25.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of like things that are like big, but they haven't just recently got big. Because like
Yeah.
Jurassic Park's been a thing for a while, but it had a resurgence, and like okay, maybe that. Okay.
Okay.
Let me think.
So after your first guess, I'm going to give you a hint, and
Okay.
you'll guess again, and then give you another guess. I'll give another hint. You'll guess, then I'll tell you.
Okay.
So this one is, as far as I can tell, the one and only media franchise on here that is a Broadway musical.
Ooh. Broadway musical. Okay. My first thought is Lion King, but I'm like, is that alone enough to be this high? But it's like, well, maybe. But then I'm like, okay, what else is on Broadway? Because I don't know that much about Broadway. Oh no.
You want to stick to your guts or try something else?
Well, is it the Lion King?
It's Lion King.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, it's probably the Lion King because I don't know anything else on Broadway. Because I'm like, I don't think Hamilton's like
Not
that.
No.
Like it's popular now, but like that's kind of been a more recent thing.
Yeah, it's only been around since like 2013. It's not been around for even 10 years. So like
yeah, it's like so yeah, like Lion King's like 90s. There's been time, they have the new movie, so like, and it's always been famous. A buttload of toys probably, so like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Wikipedia does a great job at breaking down exactly exactly how much money stuff makes and what makes up that amount of money. Lion King over its lifetime has made $15.4 billion, with the Broadway run so far making over $8 billion. merchandise sales being over 3 billion. It's made 2.6 billion at the box office and then 1.5 billion home entertainment. So like, DVDs.
Oh yeah, like direct to DVD movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, $8 billion is the most successful Broadway musical of all time, let alone, just fantastic at the box office too.
Yeah.
So
man, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is okay. So we gotta be thinking volume, how much stuff everything has. Okay.
24.
24. Still not high enough. I'm a They had a lot of toys. What about Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings is higher up on the list.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, I thought it was pretty high. Like I'm thinking of things, but I'm like, okay, but let me just throw that out there. Okay, let's see.
Okay, you want a hint?
Sure, I'd love a hint.
This is a long-running TV show.
Okay. Long-running TV show. Tons of media. Probably has a bunch of toys. There's a couple of these this could be. Okay. Probably a kid show. It's way higher than that. Oh man, there's so many TV shows with kids. This is hard because it could be a lot of things. Oh my god.
I'll just throw out another guess. You have one more hint.
I don't know. Okay. Is it SpongeBob?
It's not SpongeBob. I don't think SpongeBob is on this list.
Really?
Top 25. No.
Okay, because that was one I was thinking would be on here because that's been on forever. It's a billion toys.
Yeah.
I guess movie-wise, it's not as profitable, probably.
Yeah. This isn't a hint, but this show has had at least one movie. I think maybe only one. But it is the longest running cartoon of all time.
Oh, is that The Simpsons?
It's Simpsons, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They have like 30-something seasons, I think. Almost.
I think they passed 30 like a couple of years ago. I think they started in like 88 or 89. So yeah, they're on like season 30, 31 or 32 right now.
32, yeah, you're right. Jeez. And they're still going.
Yep.
Why?
It's made $15.6 billion in lifetime sales. Over 7 billion of that was merchandise alone.
Yeah.
They've made $5.76 billion in just TV advertising.
Good Lord.
I don't even know what that means.
I guess just like having people, I guess like having commercials while your show's airing, I guess.
I guess. Only 1.15 billion in TV syndication, over 1 billion in home video sales. The one movie that came out made 527 billion, and then $241 million in video game sales.
Really?
That probably from Simpsons Hit and Run, which was a very good game.
Yeah. I kind of forgot they had a video games too, but yeah. Go ahead, Simpsons.
Yeah. 2.6 billion. That's
Well, I guess that's what I guess that's what happens after you have 30-something seasons. And I think that's interesting how it has a TV. It's mostly the TV show, but like obviously there's probably other TV shows on here, but they have other things to go with it. But it's like this show is like 90% TV and like 10% everything else kind of. Interesting. Okay.
This next one, I don't think you would get in a million years. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you your first guess.
That's fine.
This is the first kids show that is on this list.
Kids show.
Like children.
Okay. Sesame Street.
No, I don't think Sesame Street's on this list.
Okay. I didn't think it made that much money, but I'm like, but they have so many toy sales. But
yeah. This show apparently it's interesting because some of these entries have merchandise sales and some of them just say retail sales. I'm not sure if that's the same thing. This says retail sales is like the vast majority of what it is. So like probably most of that is merchandise. This is obviously a TV show, but a lot of that would be merchandise.
Okay, so I get maybe retail's more like clothes and stuff than like
Maybe, yeah, I could
toys.
maybe retail like a catch-all for like for toys, other merchandise, and clothes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, kids TV show.
It
What do you
did have
get?
it technically did have a movie that came out, I think it was in 2019. No one saw it.
Movie in 2019 that no one saw. So this is like
It was a live action movie.
oh, was it Dora?
It was Dora.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, okay, that trailer didn't look half bad, but no one saw that movie.
No.
Oh,
Apparently it only
dude.
made 118 million at the box office.
Oof. Okay, yeah, that was probably rough.
Yeah.
But okay, Dora, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it got like the first trailer was interesting, and the second trailer got weird.
Yes.
But yeah, Dora. Okay.
Dora the Explorer has made $15.8 billion.
Wow.
15.4 of that was retail.
I guess a lot of people are buying backpacks. Like,
I guess, yeah.
I guess
like stickers and just other like random.
that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff these kids would buy because like toys, yeah, stickers, probably clothing, or maybe like what else? Dora, probably. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Dora has been on forever because I mean that was going on when we were kids. So like it's at least on like. Does that still come on?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't see why.
I gotta know. I have no idea.
Like I feel like if it's made 15. By the way, I don't think I said this before. I think these numbers are as of the end of 2020. So like anything that happened like this year so far doesn't go into that, but still, like I don't think you made 15.8 billion and you're not still on the air. You're not still popular.
Okay, I think it is over, but I'm not sure.
I wonder if that includes Go Diego Go.
I forgot about
that.
that.
Not that Diego is nearly as popular as Dora, but
but like I mean, that's still probably. I mean, it's the same idea. But yeah, this show's been on for like 20 years, so like I assume it's like Gosh, I did not realize that. Yeah, because like that came out because that was already. I think that was on like before SpongeBob came out.
Yeah, or at least both were like late 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, like okay, this says 99, June 99.
Okay, so like around the same time as SpongeBob.
Yeah, so probably around the same. Yeah, dude, that's wild, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'd imagine SpongeBob is at least top 30. But
yeah, it has to be because like there's no way. Because I mean, SpongeBob is one of the most like of this generation. It's SpongeBob by a mile, the most like recognizable show that kids watch. Like and like toys, video game. I mean, granted, the video games aren't like amazing, but I mean, they probably sold pretty well.
Yeah,
obviously the movies, they're
decent, I imagine. Yeah,
and like, I wonder if like having like. Right, I don't know, because aren't they like Universal? Isn't there like a Universal SpongeBob thing or something like that, or something like that? Maybe I don't, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Is that even the right?
Is there a right at Universal? I don't think there is.
I don't.
Oh, hang on.
I think there's.
Which is it Six Flags? No. There definitely is a theme park that like has Nickelodeon stuff.
Okay, I think it is Universal. I don't think it's a ride. I think it's like it looks like it's just like a souvenir shop, but like there's still like I know like these companies have something. Yeah. Somebody has like Nickelodeon, like SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents stuff I've seen. So like
yeah, like I've definitely been on a Fairly Odd Parents roller coaster.
Right? Somebody had to make that.
I don't remember where that was.
Right. Like I assume it wasn't Disney World, but like it's somewhere. Yeah. Like, it exists.
Or at least did.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know. Fairly Odd Parents. That's another show that like was on forever.
Yeah,
which
Fairly Odd Parents is not breaking the top 30.
I didn't think. No, I didn't. If The Simpsons like barely made it, I assume like, the other shows it has to be like it's a show, but mostly something else. So like
yeah. Speaking of which, number 22.
a show, but basically something else.
It started out as something else. Yeah.
Okay. Started out something else, became a TV show. That narrows it down. Let's see. That's not high enough. No. What other shows are out there? No. Is it Yu-Gi-Oh, or am I just being optimistic?
Yu-Gi-Oh is higher on the list.
Okay, because I'm like, I know them nerds buy the trading cards at me, but
Oh yeah, like
because like especially in Japan, like I know that's a huge thing.
yeah, we'll get there, but Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, we'll get there.
Makes some
Okay,
money.
okay. Because I was like, I know Pokemon's way up there, so like
yeah. So this property actually started out as a comic strip, not a comic book, a comic strip.
Strip?
Yeah, so like in
Okay.
like the Sunday newspapers.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, don't tell me. Is it Garfield?
Not Garfield. Garfield is not on here, but you're in the right. You have the right idea.
Like okay, what else is there? Garfield. Oh, is it Peanuts?
Yes, Peanuts.
Oh yeah. Okay, see that one makes sense.
Yes.
That one makes sense.
Peanuts has made $16 billion just throughout its lifetime. 15.68 of that was retail sales. That movie, the Peanuts movie that came out in 2015 or 16, which is heckin' cute, it deserved more than $250 million. That is like legitimately one of the best movies that came out in the last decade. Like it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I never saw that. I assumed it was gonna be bad because it's like, why would you do that?
It's on Disney Plus right now. It is fantastic.
I'm adding it to the list.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm going to Disney Plus. We're fine.
Like even if you have just like a passing, like even if you watch one Charlie Brown thing in the past, like it just hits every just like a nostalgia center. Just even if you don't care about Charlie Brown, it's still just like so wholesome. That's the best word for this. It is so
really
wholesome. Yes.
Okay, I might watch this later. Yeah. Then okay, I assumed it was going to be in that pile of remakes that no one asked for.
No, it was made by Charles Schultz's son, I think. Like he co-wrote it and like was very, very faithful. Like it just like it was stylized, but it felt it like the style they used worked. And like it's one of those things where I bet if they had called it the Charlie Brown movie, probably would have done a lot more. But because it was called the Peanuts, and even though the Peanuts as a brand has made $16 billion, it is not necessarily as recognizable as Charlie Brown.
Right. Because everybody knows Charlie Brown, but if you say Peanuts, you're like, wait, what's that? And then you explain Charlie Brown. Oh yeah, with Snoopy in the
Yeah, exactly.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is number 21?
Okay, so we're in that like upper teens billions. Not that that's gonna help me because I have no idea how much it makes. But this is like a shot in the dark, but kind of similar to like some of my guesses earlier. I'm like something that's like toys, but also a show, but also I never really got it. But what about Digimon? Is that on here?
Digimon is not on this list.
Okay, I didn't know. I don't know how popular that is.
But you have the right idea with something that it I guess became an anime. No, Digimon started as an anime, I think. But like this is a thing that became an anime.
Okay, so it was a thing, became an anime.
I think it actually technically started as a manga before. I think it started as a manga before the thing even really took off.
Next, most of those shows do start it. There's usually a manga, and then there's an anime, and then that like America finds it, and then it gets huge.
Yes.
So like,
but I'm pretty sure this started as a manga, became the thing, and then got the anime. Does that make sense? Like yeah, you'll see.
Okay. It's not Dragon Ball Z, is it?
No, Dragon Ball Z is way higher.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I was like, I know everyone knows what that is.
Okay.
So okay, gosh, yeah, that's the thing. 21. Okay, so
you've actually already said it.
Oh, is it Yu-Gi-Oh
It's
now?
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay,
legit.
now okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this Yu-Gi-Oh throughout its lifetime has made $16.8 billion. 9.64 billion of that is the trading card game.
Right.
5.9 billion is licensed merchandise.
Really?
Apparently 964 million of that is manga sales, with only 152 million being anime.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's probably mostly Japan because like people over here don't really mean wrong.
Yeah,
like
I guess in a way that kind of makes sense because like you don't like there's not an upfront charge to watch the anime during a syndication, whereas you have to buy new issues of the manga every week. So that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, and then that mobile game has been $108 million.
The like Duel Links or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It kept glitching on my phone, so I stopped playing it. But
honestly, same. Yeah.
Right, I wanted to, but I was like, this is not gonna, this is gonna work out. But yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so you said there was merchandise sales and then also trading card game sales.
Yeah, trading card game is 9.6 billion. Merchandise is almost 6 billion.
Okay, so like as far as merchandise, that's not trading cards.
Yes.
Well,
I guess because it's more of like its own thing and not just like a toy. I guess.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, I mean maybe they have like figurines and stuff, but like I don't know. Like I don't know. Unless people are like buying. I never got my Kaiba dual disc, so I have no idea what everybody's buying. I know they had some, but I don't think they were.
They absolutely, sold dual discs and like dark magician figurines and stuff like that. Definitely. Like those, especially in Japan, they eat that stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Although honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those properties that like I know it's not as popular as other anime or even like trading card games, but like you would expect it to be a little higher just because because of just how powerful merchandise is. You would expect something as ubiquitous as Yu-Gi-Oh would be a lot higher, but I guess Konami, like everything, just kind of dropped the ball on it. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, and I think it's just because like after the like golden age, it kind of fell off a cliff.
Yeah, after 5Ds, it just kind of lost a lot of popularity. Even 5Ds wasn't as good as it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I liked 5Ds, but like even then, it was kind of like after like the first season, it was just kind of like still going, and you didn't dislike it, but it's just kind of like there's other stuff going on.
Yeah, and I haven't watched a single minute of it since.
Oh my gosh, no! Trading card games trying to keep it alive, but like honestly, they had a movie a couple of years back with the original.
Yeah,
which was actually really good. I actually enjoyed it.
Like Beyond. No, that was the
that was the other one. It was Dark Side of Dimensions or something.
Right,
like that.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. It like picks up like after the original anime. Like,
did they bring back all the original actors and everything?
Yeah, pretty much everybody's the same. They got like Dan Green and everybody back, nice. But like it's pretty good. Like if you like the original show, you'll like the movie.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Everyone's funny. Yugi's taller. Not like a lot taller, but like noticeably taller.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Number 20.
Right, number 20. Okay, now we're starting to get into it a little bit. Number 20. This is another kind of shot in the dark, but Terminator.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Not even close.
I know, I didn't think so, but I was like, you know what? Why not? It was on my mind.
Yeah, but if for no other reason than the recent Terminator movies like Dark Fate and Salvation were trash.
They tried, kind of, but not really.
No, they really didn't.
No, did they? No. I don't know. Yeah, and I don't think they really had Terminator toys like that either. So.
At least not recently, no.
Yeah, so it didn't really matter.
This one started out as a book series.
Okay. No, that's not popular enough. Oh, that's way too popular. Okay, we're at 20, so it has to be good, but it's not the best. what else? It's not Harry Potter. That's too low. And then what? See, I don't read. I'm trying to think. I'm like, what did
other than Harry Potter, what is the most popular book series?
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yes. Okay. I said Lord of the Rings earlier, so I was like, maybe it's not Lord of the Rings. Okay, because like I was like, it's not Harry Potter. It's probably not Lord of the Rings yet, but okay.
No, it is. Yeah. Like after Lord of the Rings, we're hitting into some huge name properties. So
okay. So at this point, it's
even though Lord of the Rings has been around since the Hobbit has been around since the 40s, 50s. Like it's been around a while. It just yeah.
I guess that does count still. Probably not much, but like it adds up.
Yeah. Books, it's made $19.9 billion total. Book sales being 9 billion of that. Box office being 5.9 billion of that. Home videos released being 4.19 billion.
Dang.
Because that's the extended edition. Like everyone liked the movies, then bought it like second time for the extended edition.
And the extended editions are like way longer, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, man, they were like, yeah, I remember I had some friends, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna watch all the extended editions back to back. And I was just like, that's like 2 days. I was
like, almost 12 hours of movie.
Yeah, I was like, you have that much time to just
I can't. No, stop.
Go? Like, what are you gonna get a bucket? Like, I mean, I guess, but like, man, I don't know. I mean, Lord of the Rings. Now, I'm gonna get stoned for this, but I actually haven't seen them all. I've only seen the first one.
I haven't seen all of Return of the King. I've seen the first movie. I've seen the extended edition of Two Towers, but I have not seen more than like a couple of like individual scenes of two.
I need to get all that. That's that, and honestly, hate to say it, but also Harry Potter are the two biggest franchises that are like haven't got into at all, really, because I wasn't allowed to read them as a kid. So
I like Harry Potter. I know you don't read. I don't either, but like the books are better.
That's what everyone says.
Like they're just a better story than the movies. Yeah. Like they leave so much stuff out and change just a little too much, especially in the fourth one. It's just a different thing at that
usually point. The movies are. Now I will say this: I do usually say the books are usually better. But have you read the Narnia books?
Yeah, Chronicles of Narnia: The Language and the Wardrobe is a very good movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the movies honestly might be a little bit better.
Yeah, like they're like I was huge into those books growing up, and like I watched the movie and wasn't mad at it. Like it's the stuff they take out was just like fluff. That was just
like it wasn't really that important stuff, just like extra stuff with like Mr. Thomas or stuff like that. But it's like we still have the attachment, we get it, and like it just feels because like I know a lot of people like really don't like the Prince Caspian movie, and I'm kind of like
it's kind of boring. Like there's like two fights and that's about it. Like
but it's like I don't know. Like the action was pretty good. Like I liked it because I had like 10, 12-year-old me was really, and like you could tell that they got better. Like as far as like not just like the choreography, but also just like the kids got better at fighting, so it was a little more interesting.
Yeah, but then Voyage of the Giant Shredder, Peter and Susan weren't in it.
Yeah, that really hurt.
Yeah,
and like Caspian came back, but you didn't really care as much because like
and like the new main character didn't like him.
Oh, what was his name? Shoot, I did not like him. Like I wanted to, but I didn't. It just threw it off because it's like it's the third movie. We're not adding new people. Like shoot.
Yeah, he like turned into a dragon. Whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Yeah, but
that's a weird book anyway.
The book's a lot better for Voyage of the Dawn Treader, in my opinion. But yeah, I think those are one of the few examples where the movies are at least kind of on par with the books.
Yeah, they're in the same conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Lord of the Rings is another franchise that feels like it should be higher, but once we get even to number 19, you'll understand why.
We'll understand where we're dealing, because it's like you can't just be a like epic movie series. You have to be epic movies and something else with amazing sales and like. Yeah, because I gotta think of stuff that like makes money, but also sells a bunch of toys and like stuff like that.
For the vast majority of stuff going forward, like Think of the children.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, I got one in mind.
Because Lord of the Rings is, a major franchise, but no child below the age of 13 is sitting through the movies. Like,
Right. And these is probably like something that's like every kid in the universe is like, I need to go see it. I need every single toy. You're just like, whatever to get you shut up.
So what is number 19?
Okay. Speaking of kids. Toy Story.
It's on the list, but not.
Okay, no. Yeah, probably higher. Yeah, Toy Story's huge. They had 1 billion movies. Okay.
It is another Pixar thing, though.
Okay. Pixar movie. It's not Frozen, is it?
Frozen isn't on here.
Okay, I was
like, it's not. It's too new. It is.
That's what I was thinking. Like, it'll probably get here, but I didn't think it was there yet. Because I was like, they've only had 2 movies, and it's been like what, since like 2013.
Yeah,
so it hasn't even been 10 years yet. So I'm like, I don't know.
Although the Frozen line is arguably like, I mean, the Disney princess line of stuff is on this list, but like arguably Frozen as a franchise, at least more recently, is like as big an idea as Disney princess. So like,
yeah,
because technically speaking, Anna and Elsa aren't even technically Disney princesses.
Well, Elsa's like a queen, right?
Yes.
So like,
and then Anna became a queen in the second movie. So like, they're still not technically Disney princesses as far as like, in the princess line, because it's more valuable to Disney to sell them separately.
Are you serious?
So yeah, the Frozen is absolutely going to get in the top 25 in the next 5 years.
Oh my gosh. It's more profitable actually if we do it them separately. That's how rich we are.
Yeah. So yeah, it is another Pixar thing.
Okay, another Pixar thing. It's not as big as Toy Story, but it's probably gigantic.
It's as big as Toy Story.
Okay. What else? Okay, I'm trying to think. What other Pixar? What was it?
It's a franchise that like isn't good, but toy sales are insane.
I like most of the Pixar movies. Okay, let me think. Hold on. Oh God, I'm blanking on like every Pixar movie I've ever seen. Can I get like one more? Because I completely. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. There's been 3 movies. The most recent one, I believe, was in 2019, 17. When was that one? Was it 17? I think it might have been 2017 was the most recent one.
3 movies, 2017.
Maybe it was. No, it was 17.
Okay. Can you? I'm sorry. Can you tell me? Which is it?
Cars.
No, it is not. You're telling me Cars is bigger than Lord of the Rings?
Think of the children.
I know, but come on.
Do you know just how many cars, like physical cars, they sell?
That is true.
Cars as a franchise has made $21.8 billion.
Jeez.
Do you want to guess how much of that is just merchandise?
19 billion, probably.
$19 billion.
Because the movies didn't make Oh my gosh. Cars? No wonder I couldn't think of it. I hate this one.
Exactly. I told you.
I like the first one's not bad, and granted, I only saw half of the third one, but the second one was walkout work. Like, man.
They've only made $2 billion at the box office over 3 movies. But the rest of that is merchandise.
But like, I understand that like they would make great toys, but like we already have Hot Wheels and stuff like that. So like, wouldn't that cushion the blow? Apparently not.
Cars is just. I think. Yeah, I don't know. Hot Wheels isn't on this list, but Cars is.
I know, which is crazy because Hot Wheels has been a thing forever. It's only toys, I guess.
Yeah.
But I wondered why they didn't like. I feel like Hot Wheels could have like been Need for Speed and Fast and the Furious, and they could have just called it Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
They all could have had the joint income.
Yeah, like it's interesting that there hasn't been a Hot Wheels movie,
right?
as far as I know about.
Like I get they don't have like any like mascot or characters because it's like the car, but like
they've made movies out of dumber things. Like
yeah. I mean, it's like it'd be so easy just to like have a map, like make a movie, have a main character, and then boom, sales. Like I don't know. I think that would have been but I don't know. But anyway, wow, Cars. Okay, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Yeah, because Pixar movie makes all the toy sales. Not Toy Story. Okay, what else is there?
Yep.
Jeez. Cars? Yeah, I like that though. Out of 21 billion, 19 billion is all merchandise. They've had 3 movies. They made pocket change for all of them, which is hilarious. But hey, every little kid needs their Lightning McQueen, I guess.
I guess so.
God, that makes me upset.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a request. Can we give the first hint before my first guess? Because my guess is silent.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
I appreciate that. Because I was like, man, this is
okay.
Bad.
Yeah, going forward, I'll give the first hint.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, like we're still early. I just wanted to feel out how it was going, but that makes sense. Number 18 is another one where merchandise is the vast majority of its sales.
Okay, mostly merchandise. Probably a lot of toys. Is it Pokemon?
No. Pokemon is higher on the list.
Okay, good for Pokemon. Okay. Oh, okay. What is merchandise? Probably a movie or two, but mostly. I was like, what are like? I need to go back. I need to go in my like attic and look at my toys. Like, okay, what as me as a kid, what was I into? No, that doesn't make any sense.
Throw it out there. I want to see what you say.
No, I was like Barbie, but there's no way.
Barbie's higher on the list.
Wow! God, good for Barbie. Because I was thinking, that's the thing I forgot about. Because I was like, wait, what if it's not a me toy? Wait, Barbie's been a thing for like 100 years almost, right? Like,
I think so. Yeah, they've been around a while.
Yeah, and like there's a Barbie for literally everything. I know they've had some crappy but existing movies. Like
Yeah, we'we'll get there. But yeah, they made
good for Barbie.
They made a little bit of money at the box office.
Okay,
just like a very small amount,
like 0.1% of their income. Hey,
yeah, number 18 is another Pixar thing.
Okay, another Pixar thing. You already said, okay, so probably Cars, but probably not Toy Story yet. Let's see, what else is there?
Don't bother, it's Toy Story.
Okay, it is Toy Story. Okay. The fact that Toy Story is like right next to Cars makes me upset because that's...
You want to hold on to that upsetness for just a second? Because remember I said that merchandise for Cars was 19.1 billion. Merchandise for Toy Story is 17.7 billion. A movie trilogy, really quadrilogy now, about toys has made less money on toys than Cars.
Destroyed them at the box office, but like
made an entire billion on Cars, mostly because they have 4 movies as opposed to Cars.
But still, I mean, even if you take out Toy Story 4, it's still like, because I know Toy Story 3 and 4 both made at least $1 billion. So like, and like I know the other ones came out in like the late 90s, so like they didn't make as much money.
Yeah, that's true.
Back then, but still they weren't bad. Like
but just just a little bit less merchandise sales than Cars. But like we're talking Mr. Potato Head and Woody toys and Buzz Lightyear and just...
Okay, now I have a question. This is probably a dumb question, but is Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story originally, or is that been a toy for years? That's what I thought. It's been a
toy for longer, but
that's what I thought.
I assume there are Disney branded, like Toy Story branded Mr. Potato Heads.
Right, because like I knew that was a thing, but I was like, how did they just buy the rights to use in that movie? Because like obviously like no one owns the right to like a Slinky, but like a Potato Head's like a name.
I'm pretty sure it's a Hasbro thing, or at least was a Hasbro thing. which
That
is
makes
the
sense.
company that owns
So
Transformers.
I think the Toy Story toys were Hasbro, so I think that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that at least they started
probably
out
had
Hasbro.
like
That
a-
makes sense. Okay.
If I'm Hasbro, that's a good deal. You get the right to use my toys, but in exchange, your toys that you make from this property have to be our brand, so we
Yeah,
get
or
all
at
the
least
money.
get a cut from it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, that's really smart. Yeah, because I think because like and they had everything now because obviously Army Men's been a toy for forever and
Right.
stuff like that. So like
Yeah, Barrel of Monkeys, etc.
yeah, Barrel of Monkeys. Yeah, those are some good movies, dude. I love me some Toy Story.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I still have not seen the fourth one. I don't care.
Me neither, because like
It's on
everyone
Disney Plus,
says
don't
it's
care.
really good, but it's like, but it ended so perfectly. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it feels like anything will just be an epilogue, you know. Like,
Mhm.
but I'll see it eventually.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, Toy Story has made 22 billion, while Cars made 21.8 billion.
That is disgusting to me.
Yes.
Like, I am actually upset.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for either the 290 million dollar VHS sales or the 250 million DVD sales, if it wasn't for either of those, like basically if Toy Story had come out like 3 years later, it wouldn't have had as much VHS sales because DVDs would have been as more ubiquitous then. Cars probably would be above it. Yeah.
So is Car? So do you think that Cars is on a higher trajectory? Is going to eventually pass it then?
It looks like. I mean, well, there was a Toy Story movie more recently.
That's true.
So I think I would imagine Toy Story merchandise.
If they come out with a Cars 4, man, I swear.
Cars 4 is totally happening. Like the movies aren't nearly as popular as Toy Story, but
all they need to do is get that toy spike though. They're not even. That's what I'm saying. Like they're not even doing movies for movies anymore. They're doing movies so the merchandise go back in style. That's so smart though, because it was gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of insane merchandise sales, number 17 is 99% merchandise.
99% merchandise. Is that Barbie?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Because I'm like, I don't think Barbie has anything else really except the dolls. Okay. 99% merchandise. Everything about it is just toys, basically.
Just toys. Yep.
For it. What is like the most
very, very high quality toys?
Boy. Go back to my kid brain for a second. What's like
you probably didn't have one of these toys.
Okay, that's fair. Toys. Is it like a girl's toy or is it?
It's not. It is a boy's toy.
Okay.
Like I mean, obviously, girls have them, but like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, but okay, it was probably more marketed for boys at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Boys, I probably didn't have one.
I think it might have been an anime first, maybe. It is way bigger in Japan than it is here. I'm pretty sure it was an anime first, but like it was one of those animes that like.
Wait a minute. Wait, is it Beyblade? No, that's no. I don't know why I thought that was. No, I don't know.
Beyblade and Bakugan are not on here.
Okay, I didn't think like I was like there's no way it's Beyblade, but like maybe it's ginormous in Japan because I had one of those growing up, but
like I collected Bakugan like no one's business back in like 2006.
Oh, dude, those were the days, man.
Yeah,
I found one of mine the other day. I was so like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I never got into the toys for Beyblade, but like the show I was very ironically into. It was so dumb.
Dragon just comes out of my spinning top. Sure, somehow. Yeah. All right. Oh, but then again, we got games where we put people's soul in cards, so I don't know if we can really talk. Yeah. But okay. What is a toy? Everything about. Can I have another hint, please?
That's pretty much it.
Okay, that's the hint. Is it Play-Doh? I don't know.
No, it's Gundam.
Oh, yeah, I was not gonna get that.
Yeah, it's one of those like the vast majority of the Gundam merchandise sold are the like kits that you build your own Gundam with, which sound cool, but they come in like sheets of parts that you have to like meticulously put together.
Mm-hmm.
The finished product looked so cool. It takes literal hours to days to put it all together. Like that's the best. Then they cost a lot too, so that helps boost the
Right.
amount of money. Like I'm sure they sell individual like already put together figures, but like the ones that are like the
Very
biggest sellers, the
sophisticated.
highest quality ones are ones that you piece together yourself that take
Yeah.
forever.
Oh my god, dude! I just googled image some of these. There's like life-size ones almost.
Mhm. They in Japan, they are currently working on a like show like a 2 scale size Gundam.
That would be the coolest thing I've
Yes.
ever seen. Like I'm not even into it, but I would pay all the money in the world to watch that. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Like if they could actually like put someone inside it, like suit up with the headgear, everything, and like actually pilot it.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness. It would be, like you better make sure the right person has their hands on that.
Yes. I mean that could easily go horrible, but like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't okay, so they had some TV shows I remember, like on Toonami and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Anime sales are only 141 million just from
okay.
like box office and show and
Right.
syndication. Retail sales of 23.5 billion.
Jeez. These people are buying their toys. Okay. See, now I see why you're like, you didn't have one. I was like, I thought I had a lot of toys. Yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't have one of those.
They are insanely large in Japan. Not as big here, but still, pretty big.
Okay.
Like
how
Japan
big? Do you know how
eats
big
that
the
stuff.
toys are usually? Like, as far as like as big as a desk or like
how big or
yeah.
I mean the ones that you piece together, like they range in size, but they like imagine about the size of like the average Optimus Prime figure.
Okay.
Like,
probably
like maybe about the size of maybe about a little bigger than my water bottle.
Probably like a water bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some bigger, some smaller, but that's yeah.
See, okay, cool. If I ever get like that's kind of cool. That's one of those things that my brother would probably collect. That's kind of cool.
Okay. Number 16. Another one that is mostly merchandise.
Mostly merchandise. This is hard because you gotta think about what things people buy a lot of. But it's like it might not be something I buy a lot of, but everyone
you would not have bought a lot of these, if any. Yeah.
This is Barbie?
This is Barbie.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. 24.9 billion, 23.88 of that merchandise, 964 million at home video sales. So like those direct to video and DVD Barbie movies, but then 5.1 million at the box office.
I mean, that's not a lot.
It's not a lot. Like that's nobody for a movie. To be the 16th biggest franchise, like media franchise, and only have $5.1 million worth of people see you at the box office, that's nothing.
Yeah. Okay, Barbie is not as old as I thought it was. Apparently, the first Barbie was in March 9th of 1959, so a lot younger than I thought.
Okay, but I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, they have a Barbie for every occupation, every they have I don't know, Dr. Barbie and Astronaut Barbie and
playhouses and cars.
Yeah, and don't forget Ken. Like you gotta have the matching Ken doll. You have like the baby Barbies and every Barbie dream house and all that. Dude, that's wild. Yeah, Barbie. Yeah, and then they have like I think they had like didn't they have like Barbies of like real people for a little bit?
I think so. Yeah. Or yeah, I think so. That sounds right.
I heard something about that, so I was kind of like, "Oh man, they're like
trying to get into that like American Girl doll."
Oh thing, yeah, I forgot about
which are a different thing, but yeah, I don't know.
Same kind of idea, but yeah, okay.
American Girl doll is not on here.
Okay, yeah, I think I was like, because Barbie's like, as far as toys go, that's like the toy. Which now that I think about it, is Barbie a Hasbro toy, or is Barbie just Barbie?
I don't know.
Because that's definitely in Toy Story.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is Barbara? Barbie's a functional American toy company. No, it's Mattel. Okay.
Mattel. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Interesting. That's kind of the more you know. I like this. I'm learning about stuff, kind of.
Okay. Number 15 is the first video game on this list.
Ooh. Okay. Super popular video game. Is it like only video games? Is like anything else? Or is it just
it's basically only video game, like some merchandise, like shirts, but like it's mostly
okay, right? Yeah,
games.
it's like 99% the video. Okay, what is like? Is it Mario?
No, Mario, I believe is
too high.
Yeah, way higher.
Okay, I thought because I was like, I don't know how many video games are gonna be on this list.
Oh, well, Mario would be like not mostly merchandise, but like a lot of merchandise too.
So. Yeah, because I mean between games and stuff, I don't think. Okay, what else is like huge video games?
You probably haven't played a lot of these, if any. But like, if you think of like modern video games, this is like one of the first franchises that comes to mind.
Is it no? Is it Call of Duty or
Call of Duty? Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't play. Yeah, you're right. I don't play those games, but yeah, those are really popular, especially like that, like 2008 kind of like. I'm trying to think.
I mean, for whatever reason, Call of Duty every single year is more popular than the previous year, even though they don't get it better. Like the most recent one is objectively worse than the last. Just, like people don't like that game as much, yet it's still
makes so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently on the PS5, it's like the entire system memory just to play the game.
Over 200 gigs just to play Call of Duty.
Come
a yearly
on.
franchise. Like, yeah, gotta free up some space for next year's game as well. Like, whatever.
Right? I mean, yeah. Or like, you can only play 2 games at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Like,
yeah, $27 billion worth of Call of Duty games have been sold over, I guess, since 2005, I think, when the first one came out. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But, like, man. Yeah, because those games are, I mean, that was, like, the Xbox for, like, like, that is the most Xbox 360 thing there was for the longest time. So,
yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Call of Duty.
Okay. Number 14. Yeah, what's number 14 is another thing that started out as an anime, and like it is mostly anime.
Okay. Is it Dragon Ball Z now?
Dragon Ball, yep.
Yeah,
Dragon
okay.
Ball.
Good for Dragon Ball. Good for Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know it has a manga. There's obviously more than one, anime was Dragon Ball Z. There GT does kind of exist, but not really anymore.
Yeah, Super, yeah.
Yeah, Super came back, was pretty big, which I was kind of surprised. I was really surprised when it came back, and I was like, oh, really? And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, man, I'm such a huge fan. I was like, oh, are you now?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Yeah, like apparently the video games have made over 5.5 billion.
Yeah, some of the Dragon Ball video games are some of the best PlayStation 2 games. First of all, there's one PlayStation 2 game that's worth like $150 right now. Like you can't find it anywhere. Mm-hmm. And I used to have it until I gave it to my friend and never got it back.
Like the Budokai Tenkaichi games, the Xenoverse games, the Dragon Ball Fighter Z, like
Dragon Ball games are like really good because like it's probably one of the best like animes that like obviously like Pokemon also, but like it's probably one of the best animes that's like was made into a game because like you could just do what they do in the show pretty much.
Exactly.
And it's pretty, as technology got better, it's like this is amazing. But yeah,
I do kind of wish they would stop with the whole in this video game, in this brand new Dragon Ball video game, you get to play through the story of Dragon Ball as Goku.
No, like honestly,
I've done that before.
Yes. Honestly, they don't even have to do. They don't need to be. The only thing you need to make for a Dragon Ball Z video game is set it up so that you can basically fly around, destroy whatever you want, and fight each other, and just redo that every time. Like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, perfect. Just redo that game every time for a new system.
Yep.
Story, easy. Just be the character who wins in each battle, play the battles, play the gameplay, and like other stuff you can just add in gimmicks, but like you don't need to have like the thing I didn't like about the Xenoverse games where they made it like, oh, you have to go and travel through time and do all this, like create your own character. Yes, awesome. But like they made it way less fun because it was trying to be so RPG, and I was like, dude, just like I just want to blow
Let me
stuff
fight.
up.
Yeah, that's why Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
like let me
Fighters is
fight
so
stuff.
good. You just two characters just battling it out.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Honestly, like they just need to re-release. They need to make a PS4 or PS5 version of that game. If they made a PS5 version of that game, I would buy it.
Mm.
The system, everything.
Yeah, like Budokai Tenkaichi 1 through 3 remastered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take my money. Don't care what the cost is. I will buy it today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Like, and that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like I feel like that's so easy to do, and yet you can't do it. But
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah,
Maybe it's not
Dragon
as
Ball
easy as we think, but it should be. Okay.
As far as like manga sales, how's that going?
Manga sales are
manga. Oof, my nerd card.
only 964 million. Although
Okay.
that's still a pretty decent.
Yeah,
amount.
that's good. But yeah,
especially since. Never mind. Yeah. This list, I might not have copied it down right because I don't have anything with the anime specifically on here. Because all the numbers I see here, 7 billion merchandise, 5 billion video game, 1 billion home entertainment, 900 million manga, 837 box office, and then 460 million trading card game. It only was a trading card game that sold that much. Okay. Yeah, that did not add it up to.
I was about to say the trading card game. I don't really remember. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Probably more of a Japanese thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
but you never know.
Yeah, because that does not add up anywhere close to 27 billion. I assume the rest of that is anime syndication.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 13 is the first superhero franchise on this list.
First superhero franchise. Okay, so it's one of the big three, but which one? Is it Superman?
Superman is not on this list.
Really? Ooh, take that, Superman. Okay, so it's not one of the big. It's one of the big two. So it's between Batman and Spider-Man. So I get. We talked about it. Is it Batman then?
Batman.
Yeah, because we talked about this because Spider-Man's. Man.
Yeah, Batman is slightly behind Spider-Man.
That's kind of wild to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like.
Yeah, like Batman's been around for way longer. Get Spider-Man's just.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I would think people would generally say, like, again, I'm not saying, there's one of the other, but it's like most people would be like, yeah, it's, neck and neck. And like, yeah, Batman's been around for about, I think, what, like 20 more years, give or take. And like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Cause like, because you think about it too, it's like, other than comic books for Spider-Man, there wasn't a lot going on after like, from like the 70s to like, the early 2000s, other than like comic books. I mean, they had like cartoons, but like for Batman, you have like the Adam West show, and then you have like the Tim Burton movies and like stuff like that, kind of leading into the 2000s, and then you have like the Dark Knight stuff, obviously the animated series. So I don't know, maybe it just feels like there's more Batman stuff, but like we said before, I don't think there's ever been a kid in their life who didn't buy one of those Spider-Man gloves.
Exactly.
So there's that too. Oh man, but yeah.
Batman's made 27.7 billion, retail sales of 21.3 billion, box office of over 6 billion, home video of 1.2, video game sales at 600 million, and then TV, I guess the show revenue at over 340 million. Yeah, go with the Arkham games for making over 600 million.
Yeah, seriously, but man. I mean, it makes sense, but like, yeah, because those Arkham games are, I mean, they're pretty awesome. I mean, especially Arkham City. I'm noticing a trend. Batman, the second thing is usually the best thing. I'm noticing that all of a sudden, which is weird.
Well, Batman Returns isn't as good as the first one.
That's true, but better than the last two.
I like those movies.
But you don't like them because they're good.
No, I love them because they know what they are and they commit to the wackiness. And they're not trying to be cinema. They're just trying to be fun movies, and they can see that.
But how do we go from like literally Batman Returns to like Batman nipples and all this? And like it wasn't even like, and the thing is, it's like it was only like a 3-year difference, I think, between those.
Yeah, but different director. So
yeah, I know, but still, like. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, Batman, huge market. I am surprised that Spider-Man's a little higher. Not that I get it. And maybe other countries Spider-Man's more popular. What do you think?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say Spider-Man is number 12, right above it.
Okay.
So I know that Spider-Man has made over $1 billion more at the box office than Batman did. Mostly because his movies are more recent. And I think there haven't been more. Yeah, there have been more technically. Have there? 3. No, there's only been 7. 8 if you count Into the Spider-Verse. Maybe they're counting Venom and stuff in that too.
Yeah, I guess that does technically count because those are still Spider-Man villains.
Although I don't know if Joker is counting in
for Batman.
Because Batman made $6 billion, and that I think checks out. Because Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises both made well over $1 billion. That's including Batman v Superman, which made over $800 million.
Oh yeah.
Although Batman Begins only made like 300 something.
Yeah, it did not do nearly as good.
Yeah.
But still. And then like
that does include Joker. I don't know.
Yeah, and even like video games. I know they've had a lot of Spider-Man games, but like they've kind of been
they've
been good, but I don't think they've sold super well.
No, like Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 sold really well.
Yeah.
Since then, the Amazing Spider-Man games didn't.
No, really... I know like Web and Shadows and like Friend of Foe are like games that I have enjoyed, but I don't think they sold super well.
No, otherwise we would have had sequels to them by now.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man on the PS4 obviously sold really well.
Right, but which side tangent, I really like that game, but that game for me does not have a lot of replay value.
That's fair. I mean, you beat it on the hardest difficulty first.
But it's not even that though. Like if I play it again, it's literally just swinging around. It's not even like playing the game because like all the boss battles feel really the same, and I really don't like the stealth missions at all. They just feel like they're pointless. Yeah. But that's a completely own thing. But
that being said, Spider-Man video game sales have made 1.7 billion, whereas Batman games only made 600 million.
Really?
Over $1 billion more video game sales.
Wow.
There was those Spider-Man games on the PS1 that were just Spider-Man, like
right.
They weren't even movie tie-in; they were just their own thing.
Which were good games. I had that first one. That was a good game. Catch you guessing. But yeah, I guess it all depends. But man, it's still though, like man, I guess it could have been either or. Like you never know. But
yeah, like I could very easily see next year if these numbers are recrunched, Batman being a little higher, or I guess there is a Spider-Man movie coming out this year, and I don't think the Batman coming out next year is gonna even come close to how much No Way Home will. Like I'm sure it'll do well. I don't think No Way Home is a surefire billion. No, the Batman isn't a surefire billion.
Yeah. Well, then again, it is Batman, and like
but it's this brand new Batman.
Yeah, it's true, but
that's kind of doing its own thing, not connected to anything.
Yeah, you're right. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Yeah, because it is Batman. Everyone react to the trailer. Oh my gosh, he beat the crap out of the guy. It's like, well, I mean, he is Batman. Okay. Were you expecting the guy to fight back? Like, come on. But, yeah, okay, but that makes sense. But yeah. Okay.
So now we're at number 11. This is another one that is mostly toy sales.
Mostly toys, number 11. This one's kind of, okay. This is another one that's like a shot in the dark, but I'm like, I could see it. Is it Legos?
Lego?
I don't think Legos.
I guess doesn't count. It's not on here.
Okay, because like the Legos has made billions. Like
I guess Lego is more of a brand, so it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly how they determine what counts as just a brand and what counts as a media franchise. Because when I looked this up on Wikipedia, it was highest grossing media franchises.
Okay, so I guess because it's not really But then you have like the Lego movie, and
Yeah,
then
that's
it's like,
like a
is it?
movie. I guess since these other things started out as either movies, books, or
Okay.
shows, etc. Because like Gundam and other stuff started out as a movie or show, and then they became toys or they became stuff like that
Okay.
later.
Okay. Because that was kind of what I was thinking with the Gundam thing, but I was like, okay, but I definitely had Lego, so like,
Although there is
okay.
one thing on here that is 100% merchandise sales. So I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
weird. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it just didn't. I mean, I doubt it, but maybe it didn't sell enough. But I don't know. But hey,
Yeah. So
right?
one other guess at what this
Yes,
toy would
please.
be.
Let me see. Okay.
It's had
Toy.
some pretty big movies. They're not good movies, but they're very successful movies.
Very successful, but they're not good. Are they recent movies?
Yes.
Okay. Oh man, it's been forever since I've seen a movie. Toys that recently come out. What? Okay, mostly merchandise. There's movies, but there's not good movies. What are we on? Number 10?
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's huge, so you can't not know what it is.
Yep. I have too many of these.
Oh, there it is. Is it Transformers?
It's Transformers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was what I was thinking about a while ago. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, there it is.
Yep.
There it is. I forgot. Yeah, because Transformers, they have been throwing movies out there like crazy.
Yeah, like
years.
merchandise sales has apparently
through
only
the
been
roof.
11.7 billion. Box office is over, I guess, 6 movies at this point, 4.8 billion. And I guess, again, maybe I didn't write it down wrong, or maybe Wikipedia doesn't like have exactly correct, because Transformers as a franchise has made 29.6 billion. I assume merchandise in this case is like other stuff outside of just toy sales, because that's not even cool. That's only 15 billion. I guess like I assume toy sales is a different thing.
Yeah, but still,
That's a lot.
That's insane.
for
And also, okay, I'm not gonna lie though. I would thought merchandise was gonna be higher for Transformers though, because
yeah, I don't know exactly how it determines between retail sales, merchandise, toy sales. Although Cars, it does say merchandise sales. Maybe it could be a thing where like it's when they're putting it in Wikipedia, it might have been accidentally put down as 11 when it should have been 21. Maybe. I don't know. That seems a little low.
Because remember Wikipedia is just some guy, so like
I'm not doubting Transformers being number 11. It has been around since the mid 80s, and those toys are everyone has Transformers.
But it's weird. Yeah, but it's interesting though, because like maybe merchandise includes like more than just toys, like book bags and stuff like that. But I'm like, well, yeah, but Transformers has that too. Like,
yeah,
you can't just like.
I don't know.
That is wild. But yeah, but I mean, I believe, but like you said, I believe that. I mean, it's Transformers. It's been around forever, and they have been making movies like that.
Like if Batman has made 21 billion in retail sales, Transformers has made at least that.
Yeah. That is kind of crazy to think about, that Transformers has made more than Batman though.
Yeah.
It's like, dang.
Batman was around for 40 years before Transformers.
Yeah.
Almost like 35, yeah.
Yeah. And like, not that Transformers isn't a huge in its own, but like this is Batman we're talking about. It's like, man, like Batman got to step his game up.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, giant robots fighting each other. I mean, they can't go wrong.
You really can't.
And then Michael Bay happened. But anyway.
Okay. So number 10, we're entering the 30 billion range.
Okay, so this is huge stuff now.
This one started out as a book series.
Book series. Okay, this is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, the Wizarding World thereof. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Harry. Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to think. What's like the biggest stuff? So like, we still haven't said Star Wars. That's coming up. Harry Potter, we just said. Like, okay, yeah. So it's like, even if you don't like it, you know what this is. Like,
yeah. Like,
okay,
it's made $9 billion at the box office, $8 billion in merchandise. Like wand sales are $8 billion. $7 billion in book sales, almost $4 billion in home entertainment.
Yeah, because everyone I know has those movies somehow.
Yeah,
it's so crazy to me.
I have the second and third one. I somehow missed out on getting 1 and then 4 through 7 twice.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 8 books but 7 movies, right? Or is it the other way around?
It's 7 books, 8 movies.
Okay, that's okay. Sorry.
Plus the Fantastic Beasts movies that are also out, which are not very good.
All right, I forgot about those.
Yeah.
And
then TV, the fact that it just keeps being played on Freeform on repeat.
Yes.
$1 billion.
Every week, every time I remember, like every time I'd switch on ABC Family, Weekend of Harry Potter.
The Valentine's Day Harry Potter marathon.
Yeah, Christmas with Harry Potter. How is that a Christmas movie?
St. Patrick's Day Harry Potter.
And then October, you can forget about it. Every day in October was something Harry Potter.
25 days of Christmas with Harry Potter.
Yes! 25 days, 10 points for Gryffindor. I'm like, I get it, but come on. Good times.
Even video game sales have made over 1.8 billion. Like that's
really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had video games.
I mean, they had movie tie-ins and Lego games as well.
So yeah, they have a bunch of Lego Harry Potter. Really?
Yeah.
Now I gotta look up some video. Hold on.
They were like GameCube, PS2 era.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I remember seeing them at GameStop back in the day. That's right.
Yeah. They were way too hard for what they were.
They were way too hard. Really? Dude, that sucks. Really? They do doing that sometimes. They're making the games ridiculously hard for no reason. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Wizarding World of Harry Potter has made $32.2 billion.
Okay, that adds. Yeah, and they got like attractions and rides. Now I know that's Universal, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Harry Potter, that makes sense.
Yeah. Even though it's one of those franchises that even though they're owned by Warner Brothers, like that is one of those surefire $1 billion franchises that Warner Brothers has, not on HBO. Just
what the heck? Wait, where are they?
I think either Amazon or Hulu. It's one. They are all on somewhere, and they have a movie contract with that streaming service to have exclusive streaming rights there until like 2025.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That's your biggest thing.
Yes, you're right. Like it is literally Warner Brothers' biggest franchise, from what I can tell here, and they just let it go somewhere else. Okay.
It's on. Apparently, it's Hulu Premium only and Sling TV, and I'm like, really?
Sling TV?
Sling TV?
You let Harry Potter go to Sling TV? Come on.
You're like, dude, you would get that. Everyone loves Harry Potter. Like, come on.
Okay. No one has Sling TV. Whatever.
That's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Sick.
Whatever.
Yeah, but they feel like just the perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, like Harry Potter is the type of thing they could market them like Peacock with The Office. Like, we have Harry Potter.
You're welcome. But then again, maybe everyone just has them on video because apparently there's billions in video.
Or they could just, turn on TNT or Freeform and just on. It's like, what's even the point?
What do I need it on here? It's already playing in Freeform. No, it's not. Welcome back to Harry Potter. Dang it.
Every single time I turn on the TV, it's like either like one of FX, TNT, or Freeform, or like there's some other station that like is constantly either playing the Avengers, a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or Harry Potter. One of those three is playing somewhere.
I don't yes. Every time Pirates of the Caribbean, it's still Transformers.
Yeah.
Still, which is kind of like I get it, like 2010, but like now, still, like, oh my gosh.
Like I love to watch Transformers Dark of the Moon. That is legitimately like those Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon are some of my all-time favorite movies to done and watch because they are hilariously bad. Like there's no reason to play these all the time. Like, come on, there are better movies.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, just like, really, we're doing this again?
Mhm.
Like, we don't have other things to do. But all right.
Okay.
Good times.
Yeah. Number 9 is another video game franchise.
Okay, video games. I think I said this. Is it Mario?
That's Mario. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
$34.6 billion.
Is this the highest video game, or is that giving
It is
away?
not the highest video game.
Really?
At least not, yeah. Or at least not the one that like started out as a video game. Yeah, 34.6 billion, with 30 billion of that being video game sales.
Yeah, that adds up.
A solid half of that is Mario Kart.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone who has any Nintendo console has Mario Kart.
Yep.
Period.
Like,
It's
Mario Kart Wii sold over 35 million systems or units. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, which is a port of the Wii U one, which already sold 8 million systems. Oh, sorry, 8 million units on a 13 million unit Wii U.
Yep.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold over 33 million units.
Hey, it's the same game.
It's good though. It's very good.
It is good, but it's the same game.
Yep.
They didn't even have to do anything. But no, like, you can't have a Nintendo system and not have Mario Kart. It's just not done. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so like, oh man, that's wild.
Like, you know, on top of the 2D Mario games, 3D Mario games, Mario Party, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, like there's so much Mario.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey. There's Luigi's Mansion's a whole other thing that doesn't even like there's a bunch of those. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then good too.
Yeah, merchandise is over 4 billion. And then don't forget the Mario movie, which made 38 million at the box office. 38 million.
The Mario movie. My. That was the most unnecessary thing.
Kind of like that movie. It really tried to be something and failed, but like it tried to be something unique. You know? I appreciate the effort.
Right. They were doing what they could, but that's unfortunate.
Okay. So yeah, number 8 is another superhero franchise.
We already said Batman and Spider-Man. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm missing something. The most popular superhero thing that's not Batman. Power Rangers, or is that like that's not even?
That's not on here. No,
I didn't think so. But I was like, okay, what's popular? What am I missing?
I think when you're thinking superheroes, you're thinking a little too like narrow-minded. Like it. I think that's way to hint this without just giving it away.
Okay. No, let me see. Let me see if I can broaden my horizons a little bit. Okay. The superhero. It's one of the most highly.
It's not one character.
Okay. So it's a series or some kind of. Okay, hold on. Superheroes or some. Okay, what's just the most popular stuff ever? Superheroes.
Yes. It's not just one
character. But it's bigger than. Wait, is it just Marvel in general? Is that fair?
MCU.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, yeah, because like the movies made billions on top of each other.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
The Avengers as a franchise isn't in the top 25, but the MCU is number 8.
Okay, right, because they've got, I mean, how many billion-dollar movies at this point? Like at least
They've
10.
made $22 billion at the box office.
And they have like what, 23,
They
24
have
movies?
23 movies.
They average almost $1 billion a movie. That's including Thor 2.
That's including the Incredible Hulk.
And Thor 2. They average almost $1 billion. That's so ridiculously good.
Because, like, you know, obviously Endgame made almost $3 billion. Infinity War made $2.5 billion.
Yeah.
You know, you have several that made well over
Iron Man made $1 billion. Black Panther made $1 billion. Spider-Man made $1 billion both times. I mean,
not quite the first time. First one.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was 800. Because they don't make 900 million.
Nothing makes 900.
Nobody makes 900 somehow. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, and like the ones that don't make $1 billion usually are still pretty
700 or 800.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Ant-Man movies made like 500, but like who cares?
Yeah, but I mean, it's Ant-Man. Like you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
And like the Avengers every time.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is that just movie stuff though?
So the MCU total has made 35 billion. 22 of that was box office. 2 billion of that is merchandise, and then 5 billion of that is home entertainment.
I guess that makes sense. But yeah, with Disney Plus, it's that home entertainment stuff's pretty much like
pretty much. But
that
like
makes sense though.
I mean, it's still, it would still be cool to own the Infinity Saga box set. I'm not gonna lie.
I would, but like, you don't need it.
No,
but you really don't. It's not.
If you want to watch like either Spider-Man or Incredible Hulk somewhere, like it's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
so.
But I mean, okay, first of all, no one's looking for Incredible Hulk.
No.
First of all. Second of all, isn't that been like $100 or something like that? Like it was like a lot of money.
I think it was 400 or something like that. It was.
And then like right after. Oh yeah, so $7.99 a month.
Yep.
It's just like you just spent how much on these movies that are all free now?
Yep.
Essentially. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Somebody's. I mean, I think it's probably gonna be worth them. If you keep that in mint condition, it's gonna be worth thousands of dollars someday. But
yep,
that's what you do. Just keep it, lock it up somewhere.
So number 7, there's no chance you've even heard of this, so I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
This is apparently like an ancient, super popular anime from like the 70s called Onpan Man. It's basically proto One Punch Man. Like he looks like a chibi One Punch Man.
Interesting. What is it called?
Wait. ANPAN Man.
Onpan Man.
Onpan Man.
What? What am I looking at?
Like the little bald guy with a cape and red gloves. Like it's chibi One Punch Man.
Oh my!
Been around since like the 60s or 70s. He's number 7. I've never heard of this guy before looking at this list.
This must be the most popular Asian thing ever. Like, because
not quite, but yes.
This is number 7 in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've never heard of this in my entire life.
Naruto, One Piece, like these aren't even in the top 25. But Onpan
number like, 7. Goodness,
like,
this thing is like, what am I looking at? You gotta be kidding me.
I don't like it's made. Let me just put this in perspective. The MCU, which arguably at this point, even though like Star Wars, you'll see in a second, is technically a bigger franchise than MCU, I would argue that in the MCU is the most like, it is like probably the most ubiquitous media thing out there currently. 35.3, like it is, you know, arguably a bigger media franchise right now, even though Star Wars has been around longer. The MCU was like, it's shaped culture in a way Star Wars just hasn't, at least as of more recently. 35.3 billion. Onpan Man, 44.9 billion.
What?
44.76 of that is retail sales. What are they buying?
44? Wait, say that again?
44 billion retail sales.
What is this property?
And then 67 million at the box office, and then 25 million museum. has a museum category.
Museum?
There's a museum for the thing somewhere in Japan.
What is this thing?
I don't know.
What is this? Museum?
Like, I don't want to like sound culturally insensitive, but like I've never. How is it the 7th most popular media franchise in the world?
They're
I haven't heard of, like, what is this?
No. I mean, what is this thing? It makes how much?
Like, I'm sure it's a thing where, like, if you go to Japan and you ask someone what it is, they would instantly know. But like here, no idea.
I mean, you gotta be kidding me. This thing's like
it is
billion.
It is significantly bigger than Dragon Ball.
I have to know what this is. Like, I am looking into this or something. Okay. I have to know. I mean, what is this?
Retail. Like, what is it? Only toys? Like, what? I don't.
I guess.
But like,
that makes no sense.
Okay.
That makes no what even. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because we would have been here for another 6 hours.
Yeah. There's no way I could have even like give you a hint of that. Because even I don't even know what it really is.
What in the world?
I don't know.
Okay. I learned something new today. One of the most popular things in the world is something most people in this country have never even heard of. Did not see that.
Yeah, just to show like that just goes to show you just how small the like
this thing's bigger than it's bigger than every Marvel movie put together.
It has been around a lot longer.
Harry Potter, like, Lord of the Rings, all the most popular stuff in our existence. On wow, like that, like that's like One Punch Man, like marketing wise. That makes no sense. Like super powerful ultimate being. Yep. No, you. Like,
I'm just a franchise for fun. Like, okay.
Yes. And it's like, how dare you? What is this? Okay. What has happened? Oh man, that's a
number 6.
Okay.
This is a Disney thing.
So it's Star Wars?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it the princess thing you were talking about?
Disney
okay,
princess.
So how does that work exactly?
So the Disney princess line is, they don't include the individual movies in this because the Disney princess merchandise. So the Disney princess line of like properties has made 46.6 billion. Retail sales 46 billion. So like individual like toys of Mulan, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Moana, etc. Like all of those. I think Moana is technically Disney princess.
I think so.
Technically, like
because her dad's the chief of the tribe or something.
Well, I mean, like technically, I think she's part of the Disney princess line because there's like,
got it.
It's like it's really like weird. A weird bureaucratic process to even become a Disney princess because technically the woman from Atlantis is a princess made by Disney, but she's not a Disney princess.
You mean Ariel?
No, the one from the movie Atlantis.
Oh, yeah. I was like, why did you say it like that? I was like, did something happen to Ariel?
No, like Ariel is definitely a Disney
okay,
princess.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what is happening?
Like Tatiana, is that the one from Princess and the Frog? Tiana?
Tiana,
yeah, she is a Disney princess.
Yeah.
But
okay, so here we have so I think this is the official list, maybe. Okay, so obviously we've got Belle, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, Pocahontas, Jasmine, Merida from Brave,
right?
Rapunzel, Ariel, Tiana, Moana, Mulan, Cinderella, Snow White. Is that it? There's gotta be more than them.
That's
really?
It.
Interesting. Okay. I wonder, do we know if what's her name from the new movie? Raya is a princess?
Raya.
Is that a thing?
So she probably won't end up actually becoming a Disney princess. She technically does fit for the same reason Moana would.
Okay.
Let me I know it's also streaming on Disney Plus, but let me just look up real quick how it's currently doing at the box office, because that is a major driving factor as to why something becomes a Disney princess. I could type right. Yeah, unless it's doing fantastic on Disney Plus, Raya unfortunately is not going to be a Disney princess anytime soon. It hasn't even cracked 100 million yet.
Oh,
it looked good. Like I'm sure it like is at least a decent movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it because of COVID, and I'm not paying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It.
I feel like the COVID effect kind of just got this thing messed up.
Yeah.
Whoops. Be like that.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting that like Anna and Elsa aren't the princess, but they make so much money. It doesn't matter.
Like they could literally sell like a box set of Disney princess dolls and just have a box set of Anna and Elsa next to it for the same price, and the Anna and Elsa one would sell more. They do that at Christmas time. They literally sell a box set of all 9 or however many Disney princesses next to just 2 from Frozen. That sells more.
But I guess that makes sense because like the target audience basically did grow up with Frozen at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So it makes sense because a lot of the other Disney princesses are like, because like, nobody grew up with like, what, Cinderella from like what, the 40s or something?
I think 40, maybe 50s, but yeah, somewhere.
But like, like a while ago, Snow White from the 50s, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Belle and Mulan and Jasmine, like sooner, like our generation. But still, like maybe Rapunzel, which I never understood why Rapunzel doesn't get the same love. Because honestly, like Rapunzel kind of looks like she belongs in Frozen. Honestly, they look very similar.
I mean, the same directors and everything. Like the same people that made that also made Frozen. So.
Yeah. Which why isn't that? Wait, there's not a Tangled 2, is there?
No. There was a Tangled TV show.
What?
On Disney XD.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
See, like what? No, they need a.
And I think there might have been like a short, like 20-minute thing of Tangled, but there wasn't a.
I don't know. I mean, sequel. It ends well, but that movie definitely should get it. I don't understand why they do that. It's like some they'll never stop making sequels, and some they're like, oh yeah, no, that's good. I want it. It's like real. I'm still waiting on Inside Out too, man. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it could be like Incredibles, where like 12 years from now they'll eventually get one.
But why would you do that? It's I mean, don't get it wrong. It was still it was still profitable. But like, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting, so we take our kids to see it too.
Yeah.
Like, they're thinking 2 steps ahead of us.
Curious how well it did at the box office. Yeah, Inside Out made $858 billion.
Yeah.
Again, not quite 9, but
but still, like really good movie. Like I've never been so emotionally attached to an imaginary being in my entire life. Like,
yeah,
I'm over here like not.
It deserves it more than Cars does. But
I'm a grown man. I'm here like spreading out tears for Bing Bong and like, yeah, I think that'll work out. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah, Disney Princess made 46.6 billion. Number 5, we're jumping into the 60 billion range.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this started out as a movie, but more merchandise was sold about it.
Is it Star Wars?
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 68.7 billion.
Get them, Star Wars. Man. Okay, so yeah, obviously it's movies. The movies have made, billions lately.
10 billion. Home video 9 billion.
Yeah,
that's all the special edition sales,
right?
They're objectively worse kind of movies, except for the 5th one. I think episode 5 is a better special edition, but the other 2 are not. Anyway, still like 5 billion game sales.
Yeah,
there have been so many Star Wars.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
there's also the EA ones outside of Fallen Order, but like still like oh my gosh.
Book sales at 1.8 billion.
Yeah, the whole EU.
Yeah, and then 42 billion merchandise sales. They've sold 42 billion lightsabers.
Oh my god. Yeah, because again, there was no way you grew like every kid grew up with at least one lightsaber. Like you had to.
Like lightsabers on top of figurines.
Yeah. Do you remember the Darth Vader voice changer helmet? Dude,
I remember the Darth
Vader. Dude, that was the toy. Oh man, that was the toy. I remember that.
Yeah, costumes and just like all those different Jedi you had to get toys for in order to complete the council to role play with. Like it's just individual like model kits for fighters and
and that probably includes Legos also. Probably, we know Star Wars and Legos.
Yeah, that's probably why Lego isn't on here, like isn't as on here, because like Lego as a brand is huge, but like the vast majority of their sales are licensed properties.
Right, so, that would make sense. Yeah, because like I know like Lego Harry Potter is really big too and stuff like that.
So like I mean, I know Lego does make their own toys and games and movies and stuff, but like the vast majority of their sales are
piggybacking off of other stuff that's already huge.
Yeah,
which makes sense because I mean, make your money how you make it. But like, so many lightsabers.
Yeah, Star Wars being 68.7 billion.
Yeah,
that checks out.
Have you seen some of like the lightsabers in the kids sections now?
They're just annoying.
They're so sad.
Yeah, like, they're small and like cheap plastic. It just
and like granted, it was cheap plastic back in our day, but it had substance to it.
Yeah, it was like sturdier.
Yes, way sturdier.
Now there's not even a button to press. You just like flick it out.
Yes, and you can't even put on your belt and be a Jedi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so disappointing, man.
Like, I'm sure they still sell just as much or more than they used to, but they're cheaper to make, so I get it. But
but like, in my day, this would never have worked. We can't have a war with these little plastic things. Good times.
Okay. So we're jumping from Star Wars at 68.7 billion up to number 4, where we're crossing the 80 billion marker.
Dang, that's a big jump. We're just going. Okay, there's 4 things left.
Yes.
And there's what else? What's more what's bigger than Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Pokemon this time?
No, not yet.
No. Dude, Pokemon's ginormous. Goodness gracious. You're more the like don't get me wrong, I understand that Pokemon is like the biggest thing ever, but like Star Wars is also the biggest
thing ever. It's apparently only the 5th biggest thing ever.
I know, like what? This is how it must be like when we're talking about billionaires. We're talking about, this is the Warren Buffett, and then like way up here's Jeff Bezos. We're like, how are you that much richer than this guy who's already the richest man like ever?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So number 4 is another Disney thing.
Okay. What else does Disney? Is it just Mickey Mouse? Is that like a thing?
Mickey Mouse and Friends is number 4 at $80.3 billion.
Oh my god.
Merchandise for Mickey Mouse is $79.5 billion.
The popsicles, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, but they literally have everything because literally they have clothes, jewelry, toys, anything you can think of. There's a Disney version of it.
Yep.
And every time you see that little Mickey insignia, boom, to the bank. Yeah. Disney games, all this stuff. Kingdom Hearts, probably. I don't know if that.
I don't know.
I don't know how that works. I don't know. Somebody's on that, but that has everybody.
Yeah. And then 457 million at the box office, and then 293 home video sales. Yeah. 79 billion merchandise or retail sales. Just. Yeah, that's
Mickey Mouse has been doing his thing since the Steamboat Willie days of I think that's the 30s, I think
1932 or either 32 or 29. One of those feels right to me.
Okay. 28th.
Okay,
Willie. Yeah, you were close. Hey, it was November 28th, so it was late. So you were close.
So yeah, almost 100 years.
Steamboat Willie.
And it's the 4th biggest media franchise of all time.
How is that 4th?
The top 3, number 3 feels like it shouldn't be nearly as big, but like there's a story behind it, so it makes sense.
Okay.
So number 3 is the only Disney thing that is actually bigger than Disney. Sorry, that is
What's
actually
bigger than
Mickey.
What's bigger than Mickey Mouse?
Uh-huh.
How is anything
What could
big?
possibly be a Disney thing that is somehow a bigger name than Mickey Mouse?
Is it Walt Disney? Because
No,
that's it.
no.
I mean, because I don't know what else there is. Disney World, maybe? Does that
No.
count? I mean, I don't even.
It when I say it, it's not going to make sense. You'll definitely obviously recognize the franchise, but like it'll make sense once I explain why.
Mouse.
You want to give another guess or?
Oh, wait, give me a few seconds. Okay. Let me just think if I can think of anything. But what's bigger than Mickey Mouse? A Disney thing bigger than Mickey Mouse?
Yes.
What? Is it Minnie? Because behind every great man is an even greater woman?
That's included in Mickey Mouse and Friends. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yes, but also no.
It's only that big because people like to compare Xi Jinping, the ruler of China, to Winnie the Pooh. So like he is insanely popular in China.
Okay. That's kind of mean.
Yes, but he deserves it. So that's fine.
Okay. Okay, that actually that makes sense. Okay, there was a story. You were right. Okay, so they because it gets extra attention in China, which is like the biggest place there is. So
yeah, it technically also is 80.3 billion, but it's like probably like 0.01 billion more or something.
Yeah.
But like, so yeah, Winnie the Pooh is on par with Mickey, like the face of Disney.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Winnie the Pooh might be older actually.
I don't think. I know it started as a storybook. Which it doesn't even like make a dent in this. It doesn't even like show up on.
Oh no, never mind. Okay. No, I was totally wrong. I don't know, but yeah, I mean it says 60s, but still.
Yeah,
I mean it's still long enough, but yeah, I guess that China thing. I mean it must be, but that's wild to think about.
Yeah.
The Disney thing there, I was like, I don't think that's possible. Like, man. But we have Winnie the Pooh. I guess so. Yeah, okay. Because of all the Disney things, that is one of the like oldest ones that's like, yeah, timeless classic. But yeah, I would not have got that. Number, what was that, 4?
Number 3 is Winnie the Pooh.
Number 3. So that's like the most famous thing ever, probably.
Yes.
Wow. Number
2 is something that is apparently 100% merchandise.
What?
There is not I guess there's not a single movie, or at least not a movie or show or something that made enough of a dent to
100% merchandise that's bigger than Disney.
Yes. Also think of China for this.
Okay.
Apparently.
All right. That would make sense, but 100%. You said 100% merchandise?
Yes. So in the 80 billions, that's only merchandise.
No movies,
big
no
in
shows,
China.
No nothing. What? Do I have one of these? Or should I have one of
Probably
these?
Probably not. It's more of a girls thing.
Okay. What is bigger than... I got nothing.
Hello Kitty.
Oh, what? It's that big? No way.
84.5 billion.
No way.
Yeah. Like I said, China.
But that much?
They have over 1 billion people in China.
But still. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
And it's pretty big here too. So like,
I know, like, don't get me wrong. I understand Hello Kitty is ginormous, but we're past ginormous. Like we have crossed into
$84.5 billion of merchandise alone. Think of all the Hello Kitty stickers that exist. and
True.
pins and
like,
dolls.
oh my god, keychains. Like,
keychains. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But like, okay, first of all, what is it? Like, I don't even like. Is it just a character?
Just a character.
How is this
Hello
thing?
Kitty? Just
like, there's no. How is this thing so popular? It's just a little cat
cute.
with a bow. Like, oh my goodness, it's that popular though. Oh man, this is hurting my head just to think about it.
Yep.
Hello Kitty is that.
Yep.
I get it. That's more of a Chinese thing. But I mean, but you would think, because like here, Hello Kitty, you like know what it is. But it's like, I wouldn't be shocked if a kid didn't know what Hello Kitty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if a kid doesn't know what Star Wars is, I'm gonna hit the kid. Like I mean, not really. But like, you know what I mean? Like, the kid's like, how do you not know what Star Wars is? How do you not know what Mickey Mouse is? Like, everyone knows what that. Like,
more people know what Hello Kitty is.
I guess that's like Hello Kitty.
Okay. Yeah, it's.
I would never have guessed.
I was more surprised that there were no movies or shows about Hello Kitty. Apparently.
I guess if it ain't broke,
I guess they don't need it.
Like, there's no reason to. It's apparently so famous, it doesn't need any introduction.
Like, at least no major productions like that. Yeah. Okay, so what is the only media franchise that has crossed $100 billion?
I think we all know where this is going.
You know it's Pokemon.
Oh man,
Pokemon.
Well, consider they have shows, they have toys, they have a trading card game, they have movies, they have everything. Strategy
guide books alone, 142 million. Strategy guides alone.
But that makes sense because, like, yeah. And it's crazy now because, like, people don't even buy those anymore.
There are multiple fan sites dedicated to compiling information, like, basically Wikipedia pages for Pokemon.
Yes.
You don't even need them. You just Google it. But no, I mean, it's so cool just to have them.
But yeah, I bet, like, but back before, you just Google everything. It's like, yeah, you had to, because you wouldn't know where that. I gotta catch them all.
Yep.
Where's that one?
There is apparently $3 million worth of jet aircraft sales. I don't even know what that means.
You told me somebody has like a Charizard plane or something?
Maybe.
Like, are you kidding me?
Oh no.
I mean, that's awesome, but like, that's some like Seto Kaiba stuff. Like, Blue Eyes Jet or something.
I don't know, but yes, 76 billion of that is licensed. 76 billion is licensed merchandise.
Like, I get you gotta use fly, but I mean, what? Like,
yeah, 76 billion merchandise, 22 billion video game sales, 1 billion at the box office.
22 billion just video games.
Yep.
I mean, again, it makes sense because
over $1 billion a year since it came out, like almost.
It's
almost $1 billion.
I mean, everyone has Pokemon.
Yeah.
Everyone has to play Pokemon every time. And it's so weird because, again, like, not anyone, like, it's the same thing every time. Go explore.
More or less.
That.
Yeah.
Like, the premise of the story.
Yeah. Like, plus all the different spin-offs and like other, like I said, trading cards, is everything is just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trading card game. Yeah, they have shows. Do they still have a show going right now?
Oh yeah. They've had a show going. Like, of course they do. Still Ash, like, he's still doing stuff at 10 years old.
He's still got, like, I don't know how you haven't caught them all after how many years has Pokemon been a TV show?
Yeah. I obviously everyone knows that Pokemon is popular. Like, it is more popular now than it pretty much ever has been. Like, it dipped off a little bit in the mid 2000s, but like, it has had a grand resurgence recently. But like, I would not have expected Pokemon to be the #1 media franchise.
Not ever, like, of anything.
Like, I would expect Mickey Mouse. I would expect Star Wars or even Disney Princess.
Yeah. But yeah.
Or something, some like wild card like Anpan Man. Like, why not?
It's still hilarious to me.
But Pokemon being the only $100 billion media franchise is
It does make sense though, because
it really does.
dominates every field. Well, I mean, not really movies, but like it dominates pretty much every field it's been in. Like, obviously it's like been running for like, I mean the show is about as old as we are probably.
The show has been running, I think, since 98. The games came out in 97 in Japan. 96 or 97 in Japan.
So yeah, that's been going for almost 25 years now.
No, it was February 26, 1996. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they got localized, I think, either the next year or the year after. Right. And the show's been running ever since.
And like, I mean, if you had a Game Boy, you had Pokemon. Like it was assumed. Like, I remember the one time I brought my Game Boy up to school one time and didn't bring Pokemon. Everyone was like, "That's not Pokemon." I was like, and everyone was just like,
"What game were you playing?"
I was playing a Mega Man game, because I grew up on the Mega Man games. Because again, I wasn't allowed to have Pokemon. But for whatever reason, and everyone just like gave me that look of like uncultured. And then like Pokemon Go came out, and that was ginormous.
That game alone makes $1 billion every single year.
Every year?
Yep.
I didn't even know you had to pay to play it.
You don't. Well, like just people just buying stuff. Like,
man, that's crazy.
Spending money on coins to buy incubators and bulbs, and like. There are like paid research events that get you special Pokemon and stuff. So like, you don't need to pay for it yet. It still makes $1 billion a year.
Yeah, that's how you know you got good stuff. Everyone wants it. It's like you could just get a Pokemon can.
Yep.
Not the same.
It makes me a little happy knowing that and Transformers did so well.
And it does.
Transformers not quite making the top 10, but number 11, like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. But
even Yu-Gi-Oh being in the top 20 like that, or 21, I think where it was. Yeah, 21. Like, yeah, good for you.
Yeah. Each their own, but yeah, 100 billion. Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. I mean, 100. You know what's wild though?
What?
All of that is just like Pokemon can like eat these other companies. Basically, all the ability we're talking about. Like, Pokemon just kind of like, oh, cool.
People look at that number and be like, Pokemon is the biggest media franchise on the planet. Yet, they can't invest more. They can't invest more time and energy into the games. It's like like I said, 100 billion franchise, 76 billion of that is merchandise. That's something that the Pokemon company as a whole is involved in, but that's not Game Freak. That's not the people making the games. Right. Game Freak themselves don't have $100 billion to work on. So like, do they have enough to put more effort in? Yes. But but they don't have that $100 billion that you're thinking of to make the games.
Right. They don't just have it on pan to just go for it.
Although, with Legends Arceus coming out, it does look like they're putting a little more effort in, so that's good.
It's just unreal to think about how much that's just like. It is like
so much. Like I can't even imagine that amount of money. Like,
no, I mean 100 billion. I mean 100 billion. Okay, so wait, a billion is what? That's what, 1,000
a billion
million
is 1,000 hundreds.
1,000. Okay, so wait, time out. Okay, so I'm gonna sound very dumb on this. I promise I go to school, but like, okay, so obviously 1,000 is 10 hundreds, 10,000, 100,000, and then a million is like what, 1,000 or 1,000 thousands?
Yeah.
So does that mean a billion's a million, or 1,000 millions, right?
A billion
is a thousand.
A billion millions. Is 1,000 millions.
Right. Oh my god. And
a billion
1,000 millions to make 1 billion, and I have 100 of these.
So 100 billion is 100,000 millions.
$100,000 million. That sounds way more impressive, by the way. 100 billion is about 100,000 million sounds away. I'm gonna start calling it that. I don't even care. $100,000 million.
Yep.
That hurts my head to think about. Oh, and yet.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Like, were there any on here aside from On Pond Man that like you were surprised were either
Hello
on the list at
Kitty.
all or lower or higher? Hello
I
Kitty?
mean, I kind of I'll admit I forgot about the whole like, obviously it's a bigger world than just the US. So yeah, Hello Kitty definitely surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. But there were some on here that I was kind of like, I was surprised it kind of made it that far because like Call of Duty was one of those. Like, don't get me wrong. I know it's extremely profitable and it's a huge game, but I'm kind of surprised Call of Duty has more than Barbie,
Yeah.
Or like
Call of Duty was a little bit of Barbie.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
or
Superman
like Lord of the
not
Rings
here at all.
I'm like,
I thought Superman or the Avengers, just as a franchise, aren't on here is kind of
crazy. And like Dora. Like
Yeah.
I get it, like toy sales are probably through the roof, but still.
I guess in Superman's case, he might technically be, obviously one of the top 3 most iconic superheroes, but there's not nearly as much merchandise or movie sales being made off Superman.
Yeah, I could see that. And that adds up.
Because you have like action figures but no one is buying like a Superman suit to wear on Halloween, at least as much as they are Spider-Man or Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's not like gadgets and like, web slingers and like other stuff like helmets alone. Like you can buy the Batman helmet without buying the rest of the outfit.
Right.
Whereas there's no Superman thing to wear like that aside from a cape. So
I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up right now. Okay, so Lion King was like 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't feel bad for saying Power Rangers. Those 26? The next one. Yeah, it's 26. Okay. So I don't feel as bad for saying Power Rangers earlier.
Yeah, call out the rest of the top 30.
Okay, so it's 26 is Power Rangers, then Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
27. Yeah, that makes sense.
Merchandise again, yeah.
Dungeon Fighters Online.
What the heck is that?
I'm not really sure. I've never heard of it. It must be one of the. It's probably my brother probably knows what it is. A game originally released in South Korea.
Oh, that's okay. That checks out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big more age. I don't think it's very big in America, but
I'm a little surprised a game like that is bigger than something like League of Legends.
Yeah, well, League of Legends is like a little further down, but yeah, there's Pac-Man right after that, then the Avengers.
Okay.
Looney Tunes, which is another one I was kind of surprised didn't come up because that's been around forever. Then SpongeBob.
So SpongeBob rounds out the top 30?
Yeah, I think SpongeBob rounds out the top 30. But yeah, that's impressive.
Nice.
Let's make a lot. But it's interesting how some of these are so. Oh my God, Frozen's like 33. It's coming.
Yeah, that is coming for the top.
It's on its way. Yeah. That's insane. All these other things are like 50s. What is these? Frozen 2013. Like, jeez.
Yep.
League of Legends is like a little further down. It's like 30 to 40-ish.
Okay.
So it's coming. Some of these are interesting. Oh, Final Fantasy. Look at that.
Yeah.
One Piece, Grand Theft Auto, Street Fighter. I'm kind of surprised it's not higher.
But yeah, those games they honestly don't sell as much as you think.
Yeah, they kind of had a lull too.
Yeah, like Street Fighter 5 really didn't perform all that well.
Yeah. Well, they tried to do it the whole pay for play thing, dude, and that the fighting game, from what I was saying, the fighting game community does not respond well to that.
Yeah, exactly.
But man. But yeah, I feel very much like, I don't know, it makes you think stuff's insignificant when you think about it, because like, man.
Like your favorite franchise, even if you love it a lot, probably not on here. Like my favorite franchise is.
You're like, suck it, nerds. My thing's better. Oh my gosh, Candy Crush is 9.4 billion. That's something. Oh my god.
Yeah, Activision bought King Games, the people that made Candy Crush, for more than Disney bought Star Wars.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Superman is less than Candy Crush and Jurassic Park.
Ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Unreal. Sesame Street's less than that. Goodness gracious.
Okay. I
All
guess
right.
the Muppets just aren't as ubiquitous as the other things.
Right.
Okay,
Apparently, I mean,
I get it, but whatever.
it is. Wow, The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Really? Wow, 2 billion from TV streaming.
For what?
The Big Bang Theory.
Wow, that's dumb.
I
Okay, whatever. Okay.
don't get it, but all right.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. Hopefully
This was-
you and everyone watching found this interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully you learned something.
I definitely did.
Yeah. Were there any media franchises that y'all thought should be higher? Are there any media franchises that you really like that weren't on this list? Were you surprised by anything? Let us know what you think about this down below. And if you like this kind of content, let us know, and I'll see about doing something similar in the future as well. So yeah, do you have anything else you want to say about this experience?
No, just this was eye-opening for sure.
Yeah, 100 million Pokemon. Yeah. Anyway, guys, until next time. See you later.
Take care.